Hello guys, welcome back to Tutorend. So you must have seen these types of website on which you can see this is a header, and below that you can see this is the navbar, and when I scroll then the header is going to hide and navbar is going to stick on the top. So guys, how you can implement this? So there are two methods to implement this and they are very easy, and that's what we are going to do in this video. So for that we have to create a new project. So let's quickly create a new folder here and name this sticky nav. And now we can open this in any of your editor. Inside this I'm going to create a new file that is index.html. Now you can write the HTML boilerplate by pressing exclamation mark here, and you can change the title here. Now inside this we have to write some content. So in this project I'm going to have a header and a navbar, and after that we will have some content. So I'm going to just write lorem 300, and this is going to be the dummy content so on our page. Now let's try to view it in the browser by pressing go live. So as this is the live server extension, you can install it yourself. So now this is how our page looks now. So now you can just write some content inside this header. So inside this I'm going to write h1 welcome to Tutorend, and inside the navbar or nav we are going to have some links. So for that you can write a UL tag, and inside this I'm going to write some li tag, and inside this list we are going to have anchor tags which is going to be empty for now, and now let's just write home, and now you can just duplicate it. So this is going to be about, and this is going to be pricing. Now you can see this is our page right now. So now you can style it a little bit so that it looks good. So for that I'm going to write the style tag inside this same page. You can also create a separate file and link it here, but for now let's do it here. So first of all I'm going to remove the margin padding from all of the elements. So margin 0 and padding 0. Now you can see the padding and margin has removed. Now we can style the header. We can also give IDs here to style this, and this is going to be helpful in the future also. So I'm going to give the header ID of header and the navbar the ID of navbar, and now we can style it with this ID. So select with header, and for the header let's just set the background to this black and color to white, and give it some padding. Now let's see it. Now you can see the header on the top is styled. So you can just close this, and now let's style this navbar, and now we have to select the navbar. So navbar, and now you can style this. So this navbar is going to have the background of this little bit gray. You can also choose from here. So set it to little bit gray, and after that it is going to have some paddings, and the font size is going to be X large for the visibility. And now let's try to see it, and now you can see this is how it looks. Now we can style these links so it looks in the row. For that we have to select the UL. You can directly select or just select with navbar and the UL. Now we can style this as display flex and give it some gaps. This is going to be 10 pixels, and remove the styling. So now you can see we have removed the stylings from this list, and now this is how our web page looks now. You can see this is the header, and this is navbar, and this is content. We can also add some more content to make it scrollable. So we can write just lorem and add 200 words. Now you can see it is scrollable. So now our goal is to make this sticky. So the first method is very easy to make it happen. So for that we just have to style this navbar by setting its position to sticky. Now if you I can refresh it, then you can see this is not yet working because you have to also give it the top value or the positions. So for now just give it top value 0. So now whenever you scroll this up, then you can see this is our navbar and it is sticking on the top from the top 0 pixel. This is how you can implement this sticky navbar feature with just position sticky. But guys, this might not work on all of the browsers because this is new property in the CSS, but most of the modern browsers support it, so you can use it on your all of the projects without any problem. But if you still want something that will work in every browser and is going to work definitely, so for that you can use another property that is position fixed. So let me show you. So here you have set the position to sticky, and if you are going to set this position fixed, then it is going to be sticked on the top forever and the header is going to be hidden inside that. But we don't want this. We want that our header is going to be on the top and the navbar is going to stick when you scroll. For that we have to use JavaScript. We can create a separate class here called sticky and we can put this property inside that, and this is going to be fixed. And now we can apply this class on the navbar whenever we want to. So for example, let's put it a class sticky. Now you can see it is still sticky, and when you remove it, then it is not going to work. So that means we can just toggle this class with the help of JavaScript and our navbar is going to be sticky when we scroll up. For that we are going to add a script here. Again, you can do this in a separate file, but for now let's do it here. And here we are going to write JavaScript to toggle the class sticky on our navbar whenever you scroll up. So first of all, let's put it side by side. So guys, now we're going to create a reference to access this navbar and header so that we can toggle the class on that based on the width of this. So whenever the scroll position is going to be greater than the width of this header, then we are going to add the sticky class on this navbar. So let's select it. So I'm going to write header is going to be document dot get element by id, and here we can pass the id of the header, that is just header. Now we can also select the navbar and this is going to be document dot get element by id and id of the navbar. So now we have reference to header and navbar, and now we are going to get the height of this header to toggle the sticky class. So we are going to write height is equal to header dot client height, and this is going to get the height of this header. So let's try to log this height to make sure that it's working. Now if you go to the console log, then you can see the height of this header. And now you can add an event listener on this web page, so whenever you scroll, then the function is going to run. So for that we are going to add the window dot add event listener, and this event is going to be scroll, and when the scroll happens, then we are going to run the function. This is going to be an arrow function, and inside this function we are going to toggle the sticky class on this navbar. So we are going to check the condition if the window dot page offset page y offset, this is going to give the y position of this web page. So page y offset is greater than or equal to the height of navbar. Then we are going to add the sticky class to the navbar. So navbar dot class list dot add and the class name, that is sticky. And now when you try to scroll it, then you can see the sticky class is added to this navbar. But when you scroll down, then it is not going to remove it. So for that we have to add a else statement here, and we are just going to remove the sticky class from this navbar. So for that, navbar dot class list dot remove, and again the name of the class. So if you scroll down, then you can see the sticky is added to the class, and when you scroll up, then it is going to remove it. But guys, you can see the width of this header is not as you wanted, so for that we have to add the width to this sticky class. Width is going to be 100%. Now you can see this is working perfectly as we wanted. So guys, to see this behavior in action, we can just inspect it. Now you can see there is only the navbar id on this navbar, and when you scroll down, then you can see the class is added to this navbar, and when you scroll up, then it is going to remove it. So that's how you can implement this sticky navbar inside your application with the help of sticky and fixed position. And now you can modify this as you want and make it however you want. So if you like this video, then don't forget to subscribe to Tutorend for more videos like this.